here.
And welcome to another episode of Svelte Radio. I am Jeppe. I'm not Kevin today. Kevin couldn't be here, so I am going to do the introduction. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same. Say hi, Brittany.
Hello. Nice radio voice you got there.
Thank you. I've been practicing all minute.
The master.
I had to listen to some older episodes to figure out how he did it. But I couldn't do the Swedish one. But we also have other people, other guests today. We have Patak or Matthias. What do you prefer?
Both work. If you call me Matthias, nobody knows about it.
True. That is true.
But hey, hello everybody.
The cat.
Who is Patak?
It's me.
Oh, that's cool.
You mean like why Patak is Patak?
No. I mean, like, introduce yourself.
Okay. Sorry. I understand. I didn't know how to play this game anymore. Okay, so you may know me from my times in the Vite team. I'm still there. So I'm like one of the Vite core team members and worked a lot in the Vite ecosystem with Jeppe and Brittany and other people. And also work with tests and also like a team member there. And we also worked on Elk later on with Daniel and Anthony and Kevin. And this was a Mastodon client and also built with Nuxt. And it was very nice to actually test how like our own products, like be in the user side. So like we improved all the Vite stack using that. That was really nice. And involved in other communities, EITNE, for example. And now we started, like I think like 40 days ago, like this new project that's called npmx. And I am one of the project stewards together with Daniel. And there is a whole lot of really awesome people working, like Zeu, that is here that I mentioned you are going to present.
Yes. Who are you? Zeu. Yeah, that was amazing.
Hi, I define me software engineer develop. I've been doing a lot of Svelte basically since I started self-learning web development. I talked at Svelte Summit once. That was great.
That was fun.
And yeah,
I was there too.
Yeah.
Pretty good talk.
Yeah. Everyone here.
We were actually all there.
was there.
Barcelona was really nice.
Yeah.
It really was, yeah.
I think my life peaked. Go ahead.
I feel the same.
Right.
But yeah, I've been using Svelte for the past few years now in a lot of my personal projects. And lately, I've been on Blue Sky and on live streams like Twitch, where I talk about the ad protocol a lot. And now I'm working social features on npmx.
All right. That's amazing. And so maybe the listeners can guess. Maybe they've read the title of the show. We're here to talk about npmx today, but I'm sure that we're going to go all over the place. Patak, can you give us a tour of what is npmx for those that haven't seen it?
Okay, I can try. We don't know yet. But so the idea was that 40 days ago, Daniel Roe, that is the lead of Nuxt, you may know him because of that. And because he's also awesome, really cool human being around everywhere. And he asked it in Blue Sky, like, what were pain points that people were feeling with npmjs.com? And it was like a little bit like, you could see that he was up to something, like, and there was a thread that a lot of people started to discuss what were these pain points. And then he sent another message saying like, okay, I'll give you a little more information. I am actually working on a browser for the npm registry. And I'm going to try to, and he's trying to reach out to some people. And he reached out and sent me a DM, basically saying like, hey, like, do you want to collab on this? He showed me a prototype he built in 2 days, and it was really good already. And he said like, hey, like, I think this could be very big. Like we all feel the pain points here. And so I kind of left for like a few months, the open source world and my job and everything, because I needed to recharge after like a really low point at that point. Talk about that in another time, but now I'm back. And and at that point I was getting back. And actually that message was like the last nudge I needed to actually say, okay, let's go again. Here we go again. And
Fantastic.
So I say, yes, like, look, I want to take things slow again, but you create a Discord. I think I could be of help. And he created a Discord right there, made me an admin. And like we did with tests, like we did with Elk, like we did with EITNE, we started to invite our friends, because this is how it works. Like we are like a big group of friends, of open source friends right now, and we have been working together for a very long time. So we are starting to invite everyone, like help build this, and we are starting to use Blue Sky also to reach out. At the beginning, like talking about very organically, not even mention the name. And one of that person was Zeo, that she has been doing some kind of like unofficial dev rel for Blue Sky, like in doing really cool streams and like spreading the word about why at Proto is actually awesome. And so like, yeah, in the same way that Daniel invited me, like I told Zeu, hey, would you like to add social features to our website? And she actually said yes, and she went and invited Bailey, that now runs our PDS, and she and Bailey and other like awesome people added a lot of stuff to our website. And yeah, this is npmx. It's like a browser for the npm registry. Yesterday was the alpha launch. We launched it with like a little bit of noise there, and yeah, it's also, I think, a community, and we can talk about that. But I will let Zeo maybe talk about how it was for her not to be invited, and now how she like got in the project.
Yeah. So I mean, he basically said it all. This started like just over a month ago. And I did see that initial Daniel Roe post, and I thought, like, that's really cool, but like I thought, like, I can't get to that. Like, there's not much for me to do, right? Like, it's in Nuxt, it's in Vue. Nothing against Nuxt or Vue. It's just like I didn't have any experience in it, so I was like, I'll let people, do their thing. And then Patak over here was like, so social feed, and like straight up, I was like, oh, gears are turning. Like, there's so much you could do with what social features can enable, not only for like users of npmx, but also possibly package manager, not the manager, the npm registry, but the people who manage and maintain packages. Like, there's a lot of potential here for what social features can enable. And as he said, I've been working with App Protocol for the past year now, making Atmosphere apps like on the side, with Blue Sky integration, without Blue Sky integration, my own thing. And this was like a match made in heaven like scenario, right? It's like a open source App Protocol, threw it together, and then
NPM.
throw in like an amazing community on top of that, and like a lot of like really good developers on our side. And it's like a force for nature, this project. Like, we've made a lot of waves in such a short amount of time.
Right.
And yeah, like, I'm very excited for what npmx has to offer,
So I want to dig into that social feature a bit, because when I first saw mentions of the new npm browser having social features, I was like, what? Because I think I had been using, or we all have been using npmjs for 10 years or more.
Right.
Like, there's no social. What can you even do, right? So maybe Patak, can you tell me a bit about how quickly did you realize that there were social features to do? Was it just like immediately, or like how did that even come about?
That was after the 3 messages that I told you. I told Daniel in the next message, like, we should integrate with with that proto. But this is like, it has a history. So I kind of like at Proto too. Like, I don't know if you saw some of my messages in Blue Sky too. I think they have a really nice identity story going on, and the whole idea that you can like store your data in like this like PDS, and you can move it and your identity move with you. So like we are running our own PDS. Bailey is like is a person that actually made a mover for like to move from one PDS to another.
PDS mover.
Yeah, PDS mover, like with a cow. And it is he's not working for Blue Sky. Like, Blue Sky is giving a grant to him, so it's kind of official in that regard. Like, they are trusting him. And this is what the like client thing that everybody used to move between PDS. And he is like kind of like the expert in the expert into this. And we move it like, so like our data, like I think like 3 weeks ago, like we moved the npmx account, and in the same call I moved mine, Daniel moved his, and we are now in Hetzner server in Germany, in Nuremberg, and it's just amazing. Like I'm moving our data, my data from the US servers that Blue Sky is maintaining to there, and there is zero effect on how I use Blue Sky or how I use any other app proto. And it's now my data is governed by you. It's just amazing. So this story was really good for me. It is like something that to me works. The idea that you can create these lexicons and you create records in your PDS, and then any website can use. So like when I like a package, that is stored in my PDS, and then like any other app can show what I like it. Like there is an app that's called Blento that now is showing for your account, and it is like we did for npmx. We did this. Blento is like a kind of a dashboard, like Bento, but like for ad proto. So I don't know if you know that, but like you can put like any kind of like widgets, and you do like some kind of landing with different things, like links and like little widget. And like one of the things that is there is a leaderboard for the most liked package. And right now that most liked package, I will let Zeo later on like reveal what it is. They are awesome people. And so like it is very interesting. Like it really works. So I was actually trying to get back into open source at that point when Daniel contacted me, doing something related to proto. So it is not that I saw npmx and I say like, oh, I connected the dot. It's like, okay, let's do this, but I want this to be something that has some proto in it. And I like, somehow we need to put that proto in it because I want to do something with. And
So
yes.
what are the social features now of npmx?
I let Zeo take over.
Yeah, so right now we have, we basically only have likes. There is a profile page, so if you log in, if you log in with your Atmosphere account, it'll connect your PDS. If you don't have an account either through Blue Sky or any other app protocol app, you can sign up with the npmx PDS that Patak was talking about. Yeah, so like you don't have to touch Blue Sky at all. That's for the tech Twitter people, right, who don't want to touch Blue Sky with a 10-foot
So can you
pole.
also sign up with npmx and then later use that identity on Blue Sky?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so if you don't want to, use the microblogging site, you already have one with Twitter, right? You can just sign up for npmx and you're good to go. And then in the future, as you said, like you can just attach it to any other Atmosphere app, which is pretty incredible, honestly. One of the top features of the protocol that I really, really like. But yeah, so when you log in or sign up, you automatically get a npmx profile record added to PDS, and there's a profile page, and there it's just like the typical, you have a display name, description, you can add a website to link to as well, and then you have your handle, and then it'll also show your like. So when you go on npmx and you look up packages, just like normal npmjs, right? If you like a specific package, you could show it off by showing your support by liking, right? So I think I might have been the first person to like Svelte. So that's a, I had first mover's advantage, right? Like, because I was making it. But
It would have been wild if someone
Such a good
was
piece
before
of lore.
you.
Such a good piece of lore.
yeah,
Right.
I got to represent, my hometown framework. So
Love it.
yeah, so right now we only have likes. We have, in the future, we have collections in mind. So if you do like packages or you just want to add packages in a collection, let's say, I want to make a top 10 Svelte packages collection, right? And people want to like follow that, or people just want to see what I use, right? Or maybe even like throw in hey, this is what my app like uses. Maybe throw in like the package JSON, right? And like being like, okay, this is all the packages that I'm using, this application, right? And people just look through it. And hopefully that helps packages kind of, proliferate, kind of share between like throughout the dev community, right? Because I think for the most part, packages, it's really through word of mouth that you find them, right? And I think npmx adding these like social features will help packages to, grow and be like, hey, people actually like, right? It's not just downloads, but they are actively liking that this exists, Like that's a really strong signal, in my opinion.
Is it sort of like Blue Sky starter packs, but instead of people, it's packages potentially?
Yeah.
Right,
And hopefully in the future we'll also do orgs/user packs as well.
I see.
Or
So
you can start to think about, okay, now you have this collection, like give me the package JSON for this one. And then you have like some kind of templating system.
Oh, I see.
There is like because we can log in to, like we can sync in to different services and we can do things. And like now you are syncing in to your npm account. You could do like flows. That mean that is at the other part of npmx that is not that much talk about, because also we need to do security very well, but like that is the idea. But the idea is to also improve not only like browse, but let the user do things, like
Right.
which,
So you'll be able to publish stuff.
Yeah.
With okay, I see.
yeah, there is, for example, one of the things that it is not public available, but like if you fork the project and you run it locally, you can like use it. Like you can claim any package without any hassle, like just with the UI. You go and you put a name and you just claim it or your user. And it's like,
What does that do behind the scenes?
yes, I think it published an empty package, but
I
like
see.
you don't need to like go through the hassle of doing all that steps. You just
Yeah.
put a name that is not there, and there is a button, claim it, and it's amazing. But it is bad if you are a squatter. Don't do this.
Yeah.
But we had that discussion actually. Like, should we?
That seems like, it could be abused pretty easily.
yeah. But like, we should. Like, people should be good. We can have.
I know in the past, issues with NPM and 2FA have come up, and like, how can you protect packages and make sure that the right owners, and is this version doing anything to add to security and protect packages, maintainers, and like how they are maintained?
So, like, we are a browser for the npm registry, but we are not replacing anything like that. The infra
so
that
this
they are
is
doing.
just built on top of NPM.
It is like
Exactly.
it is like Elk. Do you know like LDoc Zone? It is like a client browser for a master server. So like we are just joining, like it is doing AVM like with the HTTP API like of like normal like REST API of like npmjs. So because but this is very useful still, no? And the important thing is that this idea that we are not replacing the registry is extremely important, like because our group of people, like this open source project that now we are in the Discord, more than 600 people. There are, I don't know how many, but 220 maybe contributors at this point, like after 40 days. It's crazy how that repo is like going. And we have all this like idea of a governance that is like inspired by Astro and ESLint. So it is like with stewards, with roles, but we are all at the like trying to be like as peers as possible. Like there are people that need to have the resources because we cannot share the keys with 600 people. But the idea is that we are trying to be as flat as possible. And this work extremely well to work with people that really care to do a good website, but maybe it's not the best place to actually run infrastructure at the enterprise level with the security. And like, for example, we don't have anyone like with a pager that in the middle of the night, if the server goes down, we can page, and because if we have that, we should actually be maybe paying a full salary to these people because it is, and it's the same with kind of like social features. If we use Blue Sky, like Add Proto, like for the likes, this is a new lexicon that we created. So like we are like there isn't like an app view that is like this idea that when you create things in your PDS, these records goes through a relay, and this relay like is like a fire hose that then you have like something called a view that will aggregate all that in a normal database, and then it exposes normally a normal HTTP, like it's like once you are with that database, it is like a normal web app. This is how it works, and this thing we kind of need to recreate it. Like Zeu can talk a little bit about that later. But if we ever like want to, for example, it will be very cool if we know that the Vite package is associated with Vite dev domain. It will be very nice if we can show the latest post that Vite dev is doing. Like also the domain has RSS. It will be very nice if we can see the latest like blog post that the domain is doing, because this is really useful information when you are checking a package that it is alive. There is a release. Like imagine if you see that in Svelte or in your storybook, like compared to someone that like the last post or the last social post was like 2 years ago. That is a lot of really useful information. And we can start to surface this stuff. And when we do that, we are going to directly use like the Blue Sky API, for example. Or later on, there are other app views. There is Black Sky, like maybe there is going to be others in the future. But again, it is like we are not running the infra because they have, for example, Blue Sky to run this like kind of the same as like the old Twitter thing. They have like hundreds of moderators. Like somewhere they are paying a lot. Look at these pictures and decide if like that is good or bad for other people. And I don't want to pay all these people to do that. I don't know how to do that. So we can just use like Blue Sky there in the same way that we use npmjs.com. And in the same way that maybe we connect with other things later. I don't know.
Yeah, so the way I see it, like at least today with the alpha, is that you're doing a lot of data aggregation. Like you're, as you say, you're pulling in data from Blue Sky, but also from NPM. But you're also doing more than just those two, right? Because there's a bunch of other features that I don't fully understand, but there's something like package sizes and stuff. Like, can you talk a bit about all those things?
Yeah. Do you want to take it, Seo, or do you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna go to npmx right now. I'm gonna go to the
It
Svelte
probably changed.
page.
So I can talk because I'm kind of like involved with like not that much now, but like in the E18 community, that is a very interesting use case. So the E18 community, that is ecosystem performance that Shepe knows very well because Storybook is one of the like really important members of the community. They are like one of the best examples of how you actually have a project has like millions of dependencies.
From a very bad place. So
yes.
I mean,
let's say the bar was low, but like you really push it forward.
Exactly.
And if you see, like you should see like these blog posts that the Storybook people did with like the previous dependency tree and the latest one, and it is day and night. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I love that mesh. And so the E18 community that like James and other people there, they created something that's called module replacement, and it's a repository that the community maintains with like a table like saying this package, the community has decided that there is another package that is like faster, it is like with less dependencies, it is like modern, you know, and normally what happens is that the community go to the old package and they reach out and they say like, can we help you to modernize? Because like you are doing things that with like the LTE versions of Node are no longer needed. So like we can actually remove almost all the dependencies because Node already have that functionality. Or we can replace some of the packages by new ones, and your package size could be like 10% of what we can drop CJS. We can go to ESM only. They try to do that. Some maintainers will say, yes, like help me, and the community will send PRs to do it. Some other maintainers will say, no, I don't want. I like my CJS. I want to support Node 0.4. I don't know. Like they have their own ideas for what packages should look like. And if that happens, then the community will try to start moving the ecosystem, like Vite and like all the frameworks, from that old package that doesn't want to modernize to a new one. If normally there is already a new one and they help that package, they contact the maintainer and they help that package grow. And if there isn't a new one, the community will create one. Like a very good example is Tiny Glowy. So Tiny Glowy is amazing. Like it's now it has more download than Vite because Vite is used, everybody's used. But that was a process over like a year or two where like systematically this community went and replaced all the Globe like libraries everywhere by Tiny Globe. And this is very good because everybody is using the same one. So it doesn't need to be like, if you use like PNPM, for example, it like deduplicate. It's amazing. So we can talk a lot of things good about E18. And what we do in npmx is that before, when you went in npmjs.com and you were looking at one of these like packages that doesn't want to modernize, like you will see that they have tons of downloads and maybe people will still use them because like popularity wins, you know, like you see that, oh, everybody's using this, so it must be good. But now if you go to npmx.dev for that package, you're going to see like the warnings, like we are consuming this like table that the community is maintaining. And if there is a better version, we are going to have like a warning that say like the community, like the E18 community has suggest that you actually look at this other because it is like 10% the size. And then like users don't fall into the trap of popularity and they go to already doing like using the other version. And then the E18 community doesn't need to go to them and change it later. So it is actually, the 18 community doesn't want to work anymore. And this helps because they don't need to do that, that PR afterwards. It is like, there is a lot to discuss there about like, are these people like, it is good that these people are deciding this? You know, like there is a lot of interesting discussion. But in the same way that Vite is trying to push the ecosystem as much as it can forward, like, and try to adopt standards, and we also like drop CJS as soon as we could, and like it is the same idea. Like, yes, it is good. We need to have the hard discussions, and we need to help our users to use more modern stuff. And for example, ESM is ready now, so we could start walking that path. And this is the kind of thing that npmx can help with.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took it a lot. So
No, you're good. You know, I'm just sitting back here, just chilling. Yeah, no, like, I mean, in terms of like actual like features, like that's like a really great overview. But like when I look at like npmx, it's like we have so many features that like can't get from the normal npm site. So like, for example, you're able to tell if a package can supports ESM versus CJS, right? As I think Brittany was talking about, like bundle size and stall size, that was pretty good. And then in the dependencies, I really, really like this, is that obviously like you could look at what the dependent on, but it also shows the version, and it also shows like if there's a latest version. So if it's maybe a patch or two behind, like right now I'm looking at Svelte and there's a package that's on 5.3.1 and we have it set as yellow because the latest is 5.3.2, right? Or I think if you go to another package and look at the dependencies, maybe they're behind a full major version and that's like colored as red, right? And so like something is in 3.0, latest is 4.0, like that's being surfaced like right at the top. So it's like npmx really just gives you a lot of really good information right there, ready to go. Like you don't have to go straight to GitHub or wherever the code is hosted to have to all that, because right now if you go on npmjs, you could look at what the package is dependent on, but like you don't have that extra level.
Yeah, it's so much extra information that, and I mean, some people may think it's frivolous. Oh, it's got so much information, like maybe it's overwhelming, but it's so cleanly laid out here. And like you said, like just seeing like ARIA query and Svelte like highlighted in yellow, and there's like a little icon next to it. Oh, what's that about? And and look right there, patch update available. It says latest if you just hover over it, which is like such a little detail, but those are the best UI features to me, are the ones that like you don't necessarily notice that they're there. They're like hidden and intuitive. They don't
exactly.
And that is also like happened because there is so many people that actually care. And there is so many people that are like, for the first time in a long time, for some of these people are actually like taking like agency in like they can decide how this thing look. You know, like we have been complaining about that. Maybe npmjs.com is not moving at the pace that we wanted. You know, like it didn't add that many features in the past years. And now they added like some little links in each.
They reacted.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. We need them to like be better. And like there is a lot of people that is very powerful. Like when you stop complaining and you actually can modify the code because it's open source. You know, open source is nice. Like this is why we are doing what we are doing. And so, and it is a project where everybody is really welcome. If you care, you take the time, you are very welcome to actually like do changes and propose ideas and like do a PR and show why it is better and work with the community. And I tell you, if you have a good idea, it's going to be merged like in a few hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So I joined the npmx community from like a storybook because we talked about, is there anything that we could do on the storybook side that would help out both like consumers and also the developer? And we had a few ideas, and I had a feeling inside me that like once these ideas got out, someone would build them immediately. And not because of storybook, but just because the community of npmx is just so strong. And that was exactly what happened. Like I opened an issue, and a day later there was the first PR from not someone that like asked to do it. Like they just did it, right? And then I had another idea, and then they started working on that idea. So if you want to do work there, there's an abundance of ideas, and everything moves so quickly that you can just jump in. You don't have to get approval from 10 different stewards, and that's what you do. So I think that's an amazing way to run the community.
Exactly. I mean, right now the Discord is at what, like a little over 650 members strong. In just a little over a month. We have so many channels, right? From back end to front end, obviously, but like also people who are just focused on accessibility or focused on the design, right? Or in my case, like focused on the social features, right? And so if you have an idea jumping into any of these channels, like you'll see like at least dozens of people talking about the same things you are, right? Just trying to make a tool that we use like almost every day, right? At some point in a web developer's life, you're going to have to look at npmjs, right? And since we're all the same type of developer who use the same product, we know what it feels like to like, you know, kind of have like these like little shortcuts, like little pain points that just bothers you, you know? And it's great to be like, hey, this thing bothers me. And then somebody else coming in and be like, yeah, it bothers me too.
Right.
Let's open up an issue on that. And it's like, and then at some point it's like two people opening up the same PR, like for the same issue. But it's like, okay, then you can collaborate or merge both of them, right? And it's just like this spirit of like community of just like everyone being like, yeah, like we can do things, like we could just make it better. It's very lovely to see.
So speaking of community, March 3rd, npmx did an alpha launch, and I think some of our listeners are not on Blue Sky, so maybe they didn't notice it. But essentially, what happened was npmx, you did a launch post, and then there were 10 or 15 other posts across different personal accounts and like product accounts. Void Zero chimed in. We chimed in from Storybook and from Netlify, and like it was all happening all at once. And if you were on Blue Sky that day, clearly your timeline was all npmx, which was a lot of fun. And if you weren't, then you should try that. Can you tell us a bit about like how that happened? How did you coordinate everyone writing blog posts about npmx on the same day?
Yeah. So I think it's like 27 blog posts.
Wow.
I'm trying to count them, but because they are actually adding new ones because people didn't reach but we are still adding them. And it is like a web ring. It is like a SEO heaven because it is like our main blog post, and then you have all these companies blog posts that are linking back to us, and we are linking to them, and then we have all the community ones. Like my blog post, for example, like this, like half of it is like just saying, okay, let others tell you the story, and I just like write like a little bit of like what others are talking about, like linking to all of them, but in a prose way, and like so it is like linking to all of them, and a lot of other people also at the end has all the links. So it is like we are going to have like our Google, like our blogs are going to go up just because of this. And why we did this? It is just because like we love what we're doing, so like it can be done. Like it's very hard to actually pay a marketing team to do this. It's kind of impossible. But we have some people working with us now that it is like level up from other projects. Even like with Vite, for example. In Vite, I was the one writing the blog post, and I was the one deciding like when are we going to do the like post in, let's say, X or Blue Sky. And how like these kind of ideas are I was mainly like also like in consultation with the team, but like the team mostly like there are a lot of people that care more about the code, and like this is why it works, no? Like with people from different, but I'm not good at writing blog posts. Like it takes me days, like I suffer doing it. I do it because I know the value. Like I know the value of like in a release having a good blog post where you like in the case of Vite, we highlight the ecosystem and we link to everybody, and like we show that Vite is actually like there is all this ecosystem behind it that is collaborating together, and this is an opportunity. Every release is an opportunity, like tell the story that of what we are all building to. So I know the value, but I'm not particularly good at, it's just that I care about Vite, so I do it. But now in this project, Salma joined. And I think you know Salma.
I don't think the listeners might know, so maybe who is Salma?
So she is like one of the best outreachers that I know. So like she's a developer, educator, and like she did a lot of things. Like it has a blog that you should go read all of. Like you can share the link somewhere, but she's amazing. And,
Are we talking about Salma White Panther?
yes, White Panther.
Yeah.
So she when we started npmx, she actually directly say like, I will go and like do a PR because I want the community to be more diverse. Bam. And then like a lot of other people like follow her in, as it happened with all the others, that like everybody that was there was inviting like their own friends, you know. And Salma has very good friends, so like we got like a level up through her, and she actually it is doing what is like kind of professional like outreaching. So like I have an issue now that was listing every hour of yesterday what I should do, and I was like checking things, you know, like in like how it is like you should share the issue because it was just amazing.
It was very
like,
well planned and like
really well
she knew
planned.
what you were doing.
Yes, and also she wrote the blog post and was a lot better than whatever I could write. And then like also because like she and other people were there and we got, let's do more. Like this idea kind of started like brainstorming about like what if we as the community for blog posts, and we start to and then like it's just like got bigger and bigger. And she also organized a video that is very, very nice. You should also link to that one. That is a video of like all the people from the project saying npmx, and like we work it hard. Like she actually sent a lot of messaging trying to get people to send like a little like recording of themselves saying npmx, and she did a compilation, and it's so beautiful to show the community. You need to see it if you didn't. And like again, it is the people at the end. Like they are very, very good people working in this.
Right. It's I agree, and I mean I'm sure that there are going to be more greater people coming soon. So let's get a bit speculative, I guess. You did the alpha launch. What is npmx 1.0? What does it take you to get there? Do you even know?
No.
No.
Okay.
There's no roadmap or...
Well, this was a roadmap. We're
Yeah.
done, no? So
Yeah, that's it. We're
that's
done.
it. Like, ta-da!
1.0 is for losers. Yeah.
Just launch it, ship it.
So this, I think, is a good opportunity to talk about the community because, like, I think that,
Like we haven't already talked about.
yeah, well, a little bit more because I think
More.
like what we have like built together here is not only npmx. We have built a really, really, really good team of people that are passionate about like solving their own problem. And I don't know, Jeppe or Brittany, like, do you have any developers problems? Like what happened with npmjs.com? Because we have a group of people that is eager to solve problems. So maybe we can do more. Even if there are more people like joining this like kind of movement, we can keep going. And I don't know what we are going to. But for example, I think I really like it. Like this is a lot of the people that were working in Vite. Then a lot of the like more people joining for Vitesse, more people joining for Elk. Now all that proto indie developers joining for this. And it's just like we are talking with foundation people because we would like this to end up in a foundation because we want like very long term. And we don't want like to raise venture capital for this particular project. There can be companies working with us, like Chromatic, for example, is amazing. We have sponsors already. Like Vercel is like hosting by free the page and like doing all the SSR. And we have like Blue Sky is like one of our first sponsors. And then VLT, even like the people working in a alternative registry also are our sponsors. Voice Zero is also sponsoring us and actually working in all our tooling, you know, all the Vite stack.
So do you have sponsors that are like giving you money or are they giving you
yes,
the features? Okay.
So like right now we have Voice Zero giving us money in our open collective, Blue Sky giving us money, VLT giving us money, Netlify giving us money, and more are going to come.
What are you going to do with them?
With the money?
Yeah.
a lot of stickers.
Oh, I love that. I love stickers.
So I like we want to go to conferences, so that is a very good place to
Right.
invest.
Yeah, so there's going to be some travel cost, of course.
Because at this point it's not money to actually like pay a salary, you know. So at this point maybe the money will be used to help people go to conference and do talks and like print some t-shirts so they can go with the npmx t-shirt. Maybe start to give t-shirts to the community, to every maintainer, or like things like that. But our long-term plan is that I was always hesitant of mixing money and open source, like because it is hard, fair, it is not easy. And also it is very frustrating because you try to raise money and you get a lot of doors closed. But we need to fix funding in open source. We need to work on that. And we are in the project already. There are people that are like the open source pledge, did a blog post and is working with us. And this is an initiative from Sentry. You should go read about it. If your company wants to have an open source strategy, go check out the open pledge because they have a playbook that you can use. They are awesome. They are going to help you. We need every company to give to open source, or like the whole thing will get in fire and like we are done. So we need to fix it. And because we have like big plans, we are going to try this time to get big money. And there is a lot of possibilities. For example, we are talking with the Eurosky people, but this is like there is a foundation called Modal, and Eurosky is trying to push for a proto adoption in Europe. And there is a lot of money in Europe to do data sovereign. So like trying to move the cloud from US to
so that's the
Europe.
EU that like gives money to projects that sits up.
So
okay.
like governments are starting to give in like money to open source project as infrastructure. So like you can do like some money for like Germany will give you money or France will give you. There are programs that you can apply, but also there is big money from EU that like I think that 80% of the spending of EU companies in cloud goes to United States, and
makes
it's
sense.
kind of like a little bit unbalanced, you know, like so Europe is interested in this that this should change, so they are going to invest on this long term, and people like Eurosky are very well positioned to receive big money. We are not, because we are not going. I don't know. Say, do you want to go to talk in Brussels with bureaucrats? Do you? I don't know.
I mean, I'm down, but
We can try.
Good luck.
I'll take an international flight to Europe.
So they are good at that, and like maybe they could be some kind of incubator at one point, and like we can be some kind of incubes because we are kind of like the bottom down. Like there is a lot of Europeans in MP, a lot of people from UK. I don't know what, a ton in
There are a lot of
governance,
people
like,
in the UK.
There is a lot of, and so we are going to try to get good money because I would love to pay like not San Francisco salary, and we don't have any stock option. Don't came looking for that, but maybe like something that for a part-time job or something. Like I would love to. I don't know if it's going to work, but we will try.
I'm on the npmx front page, and I don't see a donate/sponsor.
We need to do a better job, but go to about.
Oh, I see. So you can donate.
Yeah, there is Open Collective / like npmx, and I think how much is starting to be decent. Like it took us so much to get in other projects. Like we have $20,000 of estimated annual budget. It's not bad. It's something already.
Oh, yeah, that's. I mean, for 1 month, a month ago, you had not even the idea yet. So
Yeah,
it's pretty.
that's
fine.
a lot of t-shirts.
Yeah, it is. Are you gonna do a merch? Can I buy npmx merch?
I don't know. Like maybe. How many?
I'll open an issue
effort?
and then I'll open an issue on the GitHub, and then it'll be implemented tomorrow with
It's
shop
not
and
a-
everything.
Yeah, it's not bad thing to raise money.
Yeah,
We always need swag.
yeah, we do.
True.
Sales that is like already thinking about how it's going to implement the store.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you think that we or the listeners should know before we go to our rounds of and stuff? I think we've covered a lot.
Yeah, I think we said it all. Other than like shilling for npmx, right?
We did have a cliffhanger. Like, what is the most liked package in npmx?
Oh,
It's Svelte.
It's Svelte.
Svelte is currently at the top
by far.
of the leaderboard. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Vite is not even second.
Did you hack it? Like, did you?
Seu did the code, so I am starting to
Yeah, a few
realize what
sock
is happening.
puppets in there. Yeah, so Svelte right now is at 173. Number 2 is
wow.
Nuxt at 101, and number 3 is Vite 96. So we are, Svelte is in the lead by far. So
Come on,
by
big
like
community.
70.
The Svelte community is beating everybody. It's the best.
Let's
I
let's
will
see if we can
count-
push it to 300.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will count for Vite all the frameworks. So like Vite is winning.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay,
Of course.
I mean, yeah.
Beat under the hood. Yep.
We usually do these picks where you have something that you really want everyone to think, oh no, it's great. It doesn't have to be tech. It can be anything. It could be cats or dogs. Do you have any picks with us today?
Are we going to skip our hot takes?
No, we do those afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to start, Seo?
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Actually, right now I'm still in the middle of reading Hypermedia System by the HTMX people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is like a full-on textbook, and it's by Carson Gross, I believe that's his name. He's like a professor at a university somewhere, but he made HTMX, and he really likes the idea of HATOAS or hypermedia as the state of, or as a something of state, right? Like if you have like a button that shows posts, instead of going to the API and getting back JSON, you should send back HTML instead, because that's how browsers work, right?
Is it about HTMX or is it just about the idea that is similar to HTMX?
It's about hypermedia, so like just basic HTML, and then it's like you go and implement applications with like different methods, but mainly via like just vanilla JS and what do you call it? Just Ajax.
I see. Okay.
It's like HTMX. They use HTMX, obviously. Yeah, they were like, you don't need client framework. Use HTMX.
Right.
I have a soft spot for it. I really love the Laser Horse. You know,
I think everyone
that
does.
era was great when everyone was the CEO of HTMX. That was fun. But the book itself is a really great read. Everyone should take a look. You don't have to buy an actual physical copy. The book is online for free, so you don't gotta buy a hardcover or a paperback like I did. But they're really pretty. And I want the hardcover because it's made by the US graphics company who did the Berkeley Mono font. So like the cover is really pretty. And then I have the paperback version, which has like this isometric pixel art on it with the Laser Horse Pickle Man. It's pretty great. It's really good.
So I mean, I think that's an important bit of books. It's not always about reading them. It's also just about having.
We have very
shown.
different reading taste.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Brittany showing a book with a cat.
A cat
With
and
a
a
suit
cat.
Cat in a
tie.
suit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's called
What is
Starter
that?
Villain.
Start a villain.
Yeah,
Is that like a
that's what
starter
I've been
Pokemon?
No.
Okay.
Although I would read a book about Starter Villain
I would
because
too.
our family is obsessed with Pokemon. But
Oh yeah, same.
like absolutely obsessed. Like today we had to go before I could come home and get a box of Ascended Heroes ATVs to
Nice.
yeah, my husband is like a collector but
Oh wow.
big Pokemon fan. But anyway, Starter Villain, it was just I went to the library and I was looking for something that caught my eye, and a cat in a suit does it for me. So
Of course.
it caught my eye and I read it, and it's pretty funny. It's it's like a guy whose grandfather dies and he was a villain, and so he's the starter villain, and so he's like got this villain lifestyle and learn the business.
Oh wow.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Is that your pick, or is that like a singular pick?
Sure, because
Okay,
she
fair.
picked a book. I that was sitting next to me.
Right.
Pick a book.
Same.
Do you have a pick, Patak?
Yeah, it will sound kind of adjacent of what we just discussed, but I think it's really worth doing, and it's also about reading. So I really suggest that you go to the launch blog post, you go to the end, and you go and read all the blog posts from the community, because they are so beautiful. Like, especially if you have been down lately and you have been feeling that, like, there are so many layoffs. There are like so many people saying that developers are no longer needed. And there's like, especially if you feel like that, like go and read how these people like changed it during these months, how npmx and working together with other people and actually doing something that has an impact on at least their own life. And actually, we are seeing that it has an impact on a lot of other people that are happy about it. Again, npmx.com, not many people were using it. People are excited about this npmx website. So go and read that because it is going to put some warmth in your heart. And I think like you're going to see stories of people that it's the first time that they contribute to open source and they are having such a blast. And they are like entering a community that it is really, really interesting. Like my first contribution to open source was completely different to what they are experiencing. And I really want to stay there. They are young people. They're, well, any age, but like really, like I'm an old cat, you know. But I really want to see like all these young people that are starting open source in this way, how far they will go, how much they will teach us about how they can actually work together. So go and read, take the time to read these things because you are also going to want to say, okay, maybe I should like again get involved doing something. It can be anything. It doesn't need to be open source, but like don't give up because like there is a lot of very cool things together.
It's very encouraging, even if you don't care too much about open source, being part of the community. Hot takes. So anything that...
Wait.
Yeah,
You skipped over yourself.
I did. I have my hot pick this week. I didn't bring it, but I have I love hot glue guns. Like hot glue is this thing where you put stick in your gun thing, and then it comes out as very hot, and then it glues everything. And so I bought a cordless hot some years ago, and it is amazing. I use it almost every day for fixing something.
Oh, what?
It's like in your kitchen drawer, you have you have scissors as you need to have. Like you have some basic stuff you need to have. In there should also be a hot glue. So that when you fix things, they're just...
I do have a hot glue gun. I don't have a cordless.
The cordless one, like it takes literally, it's 10 seconds to heat up.
Yeah, that's nice.
And mine is from Bosch, but everyone makes that.
I need to know what's the latest thing that you fix with a hot glue gun, because I haven't used a hot glue gun in years. So I need to know.
It's also because I have small kids and they break stuff.
Okay.
So today I was building it's called a spinner.
Like a spinning top?
Like a top?
Spinning a top where they did like a beads plate, and then I would glue small balls on it. Then it became a spinning top. That's what I did today.
Oh.
So
yeah, I had to dig my hot gun out the other day. My daughter was they're making a diorama at school with a shoebox, but she wanted to glue fur to her shoebox to get soft. So we hot glued fur to a shoebox.
I also had really old shoes that I had to re-glue the soles on.
Oh,
Hot glue just works on anything.
Work.
So cordless hot glue gun. It's amazing. You should do it.
You've convinced me.
Hot takes. I rarely have any. Anthony is really the
He is, and I swear I had one this week, and I should write them down somewhere because I forget them by the time we record.
I don't know. I just got take. I don't know if they're spicy enough. You know what I mean? At protocol related, stop naming everything blue or sky related. Please stop.
I see.
Please don't. No more. Okay, like we need literally anything else. Okay, we got a toilet social media app. We have a moth one. You know, we have my blog thing is potatoes. Okay, like literally anything. If I see the word sky or blue again in the year of our Lord 2026, I am gonna cry.
I'm gonna build something called violet grass just to go in the exact opposite direction.
I'll take it. Okay. No,
I like that Zeus said like I don't know, I have only take like, and then like if you use blue, I will go to your house. I will haunt you forever.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason, okay? App Protocol needs to thrive outside of Blue Sky, okay? Blue Sky is a really good entry point because, you know, it's a Twitter alternative, you know? People already have gripes with Twitter, so they move to Blue Sky and they're automatically in the network. That's fine. That's great. But the protocol itself, I think it's going through IETF, I think, to make it like standardized and stuff. Like it's gonna outlive Blue Sky. So we need to start preparing people and users to start thinking about what the protocol is, start thinking about data sovereignty, self-hosting, or just going to a third-party host that they trust, right? Like interoperability between applications and developers working together to create lexicons that everyone can share so that no one has a monopoly, right? And that can't happen if we keep attaching us developers who make the apps, if we keep attaching ourselves to Blue Sky.
I see.
They're great people, but we need to move forward. We need to move on.
Right.
Like that one.
And you don't even to mention Proto, to be honest. Like this is what we are doing. Like the talk that we're going to do in the Atmosphere Conf in Vancouver with CEO, that we're going to go there. And yes, so that one is going to be like like adding social features to your website or to our website. And that's a mention at Proto. And like, it should feel like that. It should like, you should build a good website people want to use. And then you should use at Proto as an implementation detail because it makes sense. Like you don't need like big infra because all your users are going to put their data wherever they want. And it's like a distribute kind of like database thing that is it's really good. It works. And so like, I think this should be at least is what we do in npmx is that we are building a very good website. It's our goal. And we are using at Proto because it is the best technology we know of to implement the software. It is not, we are not at Proto fundamentalist or something. Well, maybe say I don't want to speak for you, but
in my heart, it's fundamentally at Proto, but the NPM it's just kind of there, right?
Of course.
That's a secondary feature.
At Proto X.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. We're running out of time. This was a lot of fun.
My hot take.
Oh, you do have a hot take?
Yes,
Go ahead.
A quick one.
Yes.
So first, I want to say that SEO, that was a very good hot take. It's not Shaz.
I agree.
And Shaz, I want to say something because, like, also to empower, like, doing like this kind of thing that I did before with the peak. I decided I will not code anymore, and I'm a like known maintainer that actually doing a lot of like code related stuff, and I decided I will not doing it. So because I want to do open source, other of my like strengths that are people like things. So I am in calls with a lot of people and chatting and like being social. And this is how I will give value to this open. And it's just, I don't know if it is a hot take, but just to people that wants to do something that is no coding are more than welcome. We need everyone. Like open source need more people that are not like, sorry for the nerds, but we need like people that are good with people because our communities like need this kind of like we even need like if you're a psychologist and want to work with us, we need so many of them.
Yeah.
So just join our communities and we're going to make a little cozy space for you, and like we give you like 1 hour of each of our members per week. You can help so much.
Right. That's true.
So this is my hot take.
What are you going to do with your GitHub graph then? That the green.
I'm asking for GitHub sponsor, and my GitHub punch card is empty. And people are donating to. Like every day there is like a little more.
What if you build GitHub X that incorporates? You can get green squares by just talking.
Shepe, like don't spill the beans.
All right. Anyways, I don't have a hot take.
I don't either.
No, it's good. This was fun. This was interesting, and I hope
pleasure.
that people out there also the same way. We'll have a lot of links in the show notes where people can find you. And I guess that's it. See you all.
Bye.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.